writing negative opinions on movies that she didn't actually see.
This cat's gotta lead a confusing life. One minute she's on a pillow being pampered like a queen, the next she's in an alley surrounded by spotlights, and then she's in prison.
It's not going to hurt.
This is way too dark. No!
Oh yeah, and people keep killing her puppets. Make up your mind. Do you want me to change the channel or keep watching?
I'm back. What's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. I just rolled around in some catnip and I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
That's not what's happening. What's happening is that cat hates wearing that hat. But oh no, the thieves left the keys in the store.
Where are keys? They're not here.
Good job, Kurt Cobain.
Nice looking out, Zach.
Kurt Cobain, notorious for losing keys. During the chase, we find out Santa's village is set off with motion sensors because that's kind of a security measure. Once you pointed out to me that they can easily go to the cops, I can't help but wonder, why don't they just go to the cops? Luckily for the owners and the filmmakers, the cat doesn't mind being held or being around people. I'm just saying that Lloyd's worst Christmas would be a snuff film. Very short snuff film. He's very murderous. Crap, I'm missing out on the chase scene. Why did the stuffed bear just roar? Is it in some kind of talking animal purgatory? She gives Grumpy Cat shit for making noise, even though she turned on Santa's village a scene ago.
I'm sorry, it bit me. You turned on the Christmas village like one scene ago.
God damn it! It's the world's first movie where half the dialogue consists of the script notes. Want to impress me? Turn this into the last act of The Equalizer. Grumpy Cat will strangle him with a barbed wire fence. And hurry up, too. I still gotta watch Vengeance Dad's Labor Day, The Most Interesting Man in the World's Vacation, and Secret Agent Scumbag Steve. The thieves are trying to find their car keys, and, well, it wouldn't be an internet movie if it didn't also have butt stuff.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We may be taking some creative license with what actually happened here.
Cat's in a funny hat and a bow tie. If Grumpy Cat would point out something wrong with the movie, then she should ask why her number of paintballs aren't getting any lower. This movie is just like Chopping Mall. I feel like it's shooting a laser at my head and blowing it the fuck off. These guys are nothing like the Home Alone villains. Nothing has happened to their feet. Oh good, put the hashtag up so everyone can simultaneously write, "So that happened." Crystal sticks it to him by throwing their keys into the wishing well. And I guess the keys wished that Grumpy Cat would turn into Batman? What a terrible movie. Who wrote this?
Terrible movie she wrote by Grumpy Fat. Crap, get it.
I take back what I said. For being written by a cat, it's not half bad. Just saying it could be worse. Lloyd Rose has got his own problems.
The asshole manager shows back up. Keep in mind, we're supposed to hate him because he's asking for money that's owed to him.
Wait a minute, what's the landlord guy doing here? Red herring or plot point? You decide.
Is it neither? Otherwise, you just spoiled the movie. See, he doesn't even recognize $1 Million Dog.
My reputation precedes me.
Okay, settle down, Simon Belmont Dog. We've got better things to do, like hang this man over a ledge, because these crooks are totally fucking metal. More so than Asylum Paul Blart. Want to impress me? Rip off Seth Rogen's character from Observe and Report. At least then someone will get shot. Or you could send your friends a Grumpygram. It's the easiest way to tell your friends you hate them. Thank God we've got the soft arm of the law here. Zack Snyder's remake of Dawn of the Dead takes on a completely different tone, and it doesn't make much sense.
If he was the one shooting us with paintballs, wouldn't he have paint residue on his hands?
No residue. I'm clean.
You geniuses. What are the odds the girl you've been chasing for the past 20 minutes is the one who paintballed you and has your keys? Why am I watching this? fine. At least this movie doesn't have Miss Velma shooting live rounds on a stage. This movie appears to be getting off target.
Some are born great, others achieve greatness, and some watch Christmas movies starring cats. I think you know who you are.
Yeah, I am. I'm officially an old woman. At the end of the day, at least Crystal has found a friend.
And I know it's weird, but there's something kind of great about her.
Oh, don't get sappy on me. Wait, I forgot. It's a Lifetime movie.
Hey, be glad it's only the sappy kind of Lifetime movie. Normally, at this point, you'd see a woman lighting her husband's bed on fire. See, this is totally different than Paul Blart. He's not on a Segway.
I thought you said I took your phone.
Huh?
I'm not calling it Crystal.
George, devious scoundrel.
Oh my god, he actually is a serial killer?
Look, I gotta say, I totally saw that coming. But you didn't, huh?
No, I didn't see that coming, actually. So great. This movie proves that while I may be smart, I'm not smarter than a cat. I think our villain has an alternative to walking. Walking, which would be faster. But without as much slapstick comedy. One thief got his wish to slowly become Miles Teller. At least this is a world where Crazy Shirt Friday still exists.
And the winner of Worst Christmas Sweater goes to Master of the Chicken Quesadilla.
You mean the winner isn't whoever has to wear this unfortunate monstrosity? Now I get to see the mom, who's only been in it for one scene, flirt.
My backup plan was to impress you. I like her glove.
You do have one. Nice.
You should see what's in my toilet. Hashtag I don't give a shit about this scene.
Are you still on the edge of your seat? Is the dramatic tension too thick? Are you still here? You are? Why?
You know, I would be wondering that, but I'm too busy wondering why they're so obsessed with getting the car keys. Just fucking leave and come back with a car later. You have $1 million dog. Or just threaten a kid and her cat.
Now, you tell me where those keys are, or somebody is going to get hurt.
You would really hurt her, would you?
Look at him. Of course he would. He uses little girls' skulls as cereal bowls. Instead, he threatens to hurt Grumpy Cat, and she's gone from Grumpy Cat to oh shit cat.
Or I'm going to put the kitty cat in your trash compactor.
He's not bluffing! He's not bluffing!
Thanks, this is a Lifetime movie, not an Amazon Cannibal movie. You'll be fine. Plus, you got more products to sell.
I thought now would be a perfect time to see if you were interested in my new product line.
Well, first in line to buy these, the perfect seasonal mood killer. I wonder how this is gonna play out. Wouldn't it be something if that were actually true? It is called Worst Christmas Ever. Sadly, that's not how it ends, but the meta humor sure is real.
So go tweet about the movie and come back to find out what really happened. Hashtag worst Christmas ever. Hashtag why am I watching this?
Hashtag no. I think this cat has resigned to the fact that whether she's on a pillow or in a cage, some asshole will be filming her.
Don't look at me. I don't do motivational. Sorry. That's Happy Cat.
Happy Cat's too busy being a good cat's eye. But since this is a Lifetime movie, I really think it should be starring the No Means No cat. Also looks like Brody's daughter from the Homeland. If that show had been annoyingly cutting to this every episode, maybe I wouldn't have quit watching it. At least it would have had a point.
We're not pets. I mean, until someone takes us home and cares for us and loves us, we're just animals.
Yep, fetish animals.
And the reptile.
And as far as I can tell, humans are no different.
Thanks to the internet, some of you are lottery tickets. But that's not the real point of the movie.
And this team is going to win. Wearing grumpy t-shirts and grumpy baseball caps and grumpy gloves and dark buttons, am I right?
Hey, you don't want to be my friend at all. You're only interested in what's in my wallet. Why don't I put you on a t-shirt? Now the movie fucking turn into that 70s animal attack horror film it was destined to be. Or the A-Team. This movie may be silly, but at least it hasn't resorted to 90s style kids movie tropes like never mind. Some plan this is, the bad guy still got away. Can we cut to anything else, please? I changed my mind. Cut back to the ball. Crystal finally gets to a phone and calls her mom. Yep, that's easier than just calling the police. Quick, distract me so I'm not thinking too hard about the plot.
Welcome back to the Adventures of the Serengeti. We're on safari.
Why am I not watching that movie? In fact, why am I not watching any of the fake movies they keep describing?
Huge explosions. Bang. That was huge.
All of that is way better than this tired mall heist plot. No!
Yay, we're gonna save the day.
See? Even your star agrees. Well, I guess it does have a cat driving.
Okay, that never happened.
Because God forbid you just go for it and make the movie a cartoon. Since the movie doesn't have the budget to actually destroy anything in the mall, she opens the door instead of crashing through it.
Okay, so here's the deal. We had every intention of shattering that thing, but unfortunately, we didn't have the budget for it.
Oh, come on, I can't even theorize now? This shit is getting real.
Ah, I said better. Okay, good, thank you. That's more like it.
Right? At least that's the actual music and not a bad sound alike. But it's hard for me to complain now when the movie is letting me view it through the eyes of glorious cinemascope that quickly fades away. Aw. Maybe buckle the cat up before playing chicken. Doesn't matter. This is a magic cat. She flies through the window without even breaking the glass. Don't worry, she's fine, and the bad guys are arrested. Again, worst Christmas my ass.
Those guys didn't do anything to you, did they? That's a different kind of Lifetime movie.
The hell? This movie is one step ahead of all the internet snark. It just made its own rape joke. But the more I think about it, this ending is not happy or grumpy, but kinda sad.
Do you want me to make friends? You just never told me what's in it.
No.
Alright.
Nothing like finding out early that your daughter's gonna become a crazy cat lady. On Christmas morning, she wakes up and destroys the skyline of New Jerusalem because she's hoping to get Grumpy Cat as a Christmas gift, which she does. So did she think they wrapped Grumpy Cat up in a box? Happy ending, right? Oh yeah, for the rest of her life, everyone is gonna think that she's a schizo. The end. Do I want to stay through the ending credits? Nope. The Grumpy Cat movie teaches filmmakers everywhere a valuable lesson. If you think your movie may be bad, have a character constantly pop up and tell the audience that it's bad. Because movie audiences are so cynical and I hate everything that we need the riffing to be included as part of the film. Still, the movie is no match for Good Guy Greg's hospital visit, Butthurt Dweller's Star Wars Day, or Mr. Bean's Holiday. Now I must get back to my own contribution to the internet, spotlighting bad movies and complaining about them. Oh boy, am I an original. Why can't you lay golden eggs?
Look at this huge frog.
you're really gonna thank me for busting out the Christmas episodes a little early this year. Sure, Thanksgiving hasn't even happened yet, but when you're sitting on top of this much crazy, it would be downright selfish to wait until December. So for those of you who thought fun in Balloon Land seemed like just any old day of the week, I give you Ms. Velma's most incredibly magnificent Christmas week. It's what happens when you leave the Christmas party up to Tim Noah, Anna Nicole Smith, and Aunt Martha from Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets flashed away.
This doesn't seem like a Christmas special. It seems like that movie that's always playing on the TV whenever the cops burst into the serial killer's house. Ms. Velma's most incredibly magnificent Christmas week is also known as Ms. Velma's This Is Christmas, or Ms. Velma's Christmas in America, or Ms. Velma's This Is Christmas in America. I see it's Ms. and not Mrs. Do go on. Ms. Velma was an evangelist from Los Angeles, where apparently you could just put on any Christmas special you want, even if its intent was to not only make the baby Jesus cry, but all babies everywhere.
With a great big belly that shakes when they laugh like a bowl full of jelly.
Ms. Velma is scary, and her special is scary. I don't like Christmas anymore. Given that this has no IMDb page, I had to look elsewhere for some information on its star, Ms. Velma, such as this Facebook fan page, where really all you need to know is that she's the most powerful woman in the world and God's only messenger of eternal youth. Whoa! Move over, Mamie Van Doren. Ms. Velma's full name is Velma Jaggers, who, according to her bio on the Universal World Church website, was married to Dr. Orville Lee Jaggers, the founder of the World Church. So then why isn't it Mrs. Velma? It is very convenient because when the Jaggers got married, Velma didn't have to change her last name because they're both first cousins. Yeah. Doesn't take long for things on the Facebook page to get a little weird too. Seems innocent enough at first, such as this magazine ad for a program called Christmas Around the Avenue Stars, until you see that it's part of, what the fuck? They literally selling snake oil? Apparently the sexual hijinks at the Bible Network Ranch are a simple reenactment of Olga's Dance Hall Girls. Not that the other websites are less creepy, where one webpage resides at the gates of hell, and another starts off with a picture that seems like Rosemarie going on a date with a Cold War spy. Now, I'm definitely not feeling the Christmas spirit, and last week I watched a Christmas movie with baby killing. Might as well jump right into this, since that's what the special does. No credits or anything, just a story about the little Christmas tree that could.
It wasn't very long ago. It stood so straight and tall.
Cooped up in a pile in the corner. I will say that Miss Velma may be my favorite of Jessica Lange's American Horror Story characters. She definitely talks like she's a little drunk.
It had that dreadful fear that it mightn't be quite big enough.
If you're already watching this special, you might as well get your spiritual advice from someone who uses words like lightened. I, for one, always go with the Christmas tree that has a bright light coming out its vagina.
And every branch on every tree was decked in lovely white.
Except for these trees, they're decked out in only a few dozen lights we found in a garage sale. Careful, you're gonna give the little tree a complex.
They wanted one that was large enough to touch the ceiling high.
Right, we've gone from a Charlie Brown Christmas with the tiny tree to Christmas Vacation with Clark's gigantic tree. And before you ask if the tree's got a squirrel in it, oh, don't worry. There's animals in this special. And, I'm very disappointed. I would have thought Zsa Zsa Gabor would have put a lot more money into her Christmas special. But the best part of the tree is that it's a fucking patriot.
Little Pine was loved at last, had grown 17 feet tall to stand.
What kind of story is this? You're talking about the little pine tree being neglected, and then you just neglected it for a much larger tree. This seems like Miss Velma's most incredible witness protection Christmas, as I can barely make out anyone's face.
This is Christmas in America.
Well, can't argue with that. We're next introduced to a singer named Robin Lee, who seems as sober as anyone else at the party.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style.
I prefer Robin Lee's Celebrity Hot Tub. This better end with someone putting a cape around her.
Soon it will be Christmas Day.
What's it matter to you what Christmas Day is? You're gonna be way too hungover. Here she is, pushing the bell, as if she wants to confirm that it's really in front of her. I keep saying she, even though I'm really just taking a guess. Maybe she's part of the upcoming reality show, Who Wants to Be the Next Keith Partridge? Why does something with so much lights look like the darkest corner of Ed Gein's farmhouse? A Captain Spaulding Christmas is just as terrifying as I thought it would be. The only bright part is when the tracking almost goes out. And now here's Ms. Velma portraying Delta Burke as a Russian nesting doll.
This is Christmas in America.
Thanks for telling me twice. You truly are an American treasure. Blue tree, red tree. If I hang an ornament on the blue tree, will it be like it was all a dream? Oh, what's Miss Velma's story here? Nothing culty going on here. You want to just reveal the Wicker Man now, or wait until the end? Wow, she really is the most important person in the world, because I think she might be Xenu. Is someone gonna say something? Good. A dog barking. You know what? I'll take that.
I am the donkey.
What the fuck you are? Why the hell did you sound like a Labrador?
I carried his mother uphill and down to Bethlehem town.
Oh, it's the donkey that carried the Virgin Mary. I guess carrying all that weight turned it into a completely different animal. The hell is that all about? So we're gonna hear from the sheep now?
I am the raccoon.
God damn it! You didn't know what a raccoon sounded like, so you just put some sheep sounds in? By the way, you look more like a dog. Are you what was barking before it cut to the donkey? What's next? Are you gonna show me a giraffe and tell me it's a fucking duck? Holy crap, someone beat the shit out of Cookie Monster.
I am the cow. Moo, moo, moo.
Well, give Miss Velma some credit. At least she knows what a cow sounds like.
I gave him my manger for his bed.
And they also fed on you for about a week. Any other animals to hear from?
I am the cow. Moo.
Not you. We just heard from you. Boy. bull says. I see that the bull shops at the same necktie store as the donkey. What did the bull do that was so important?
I carried the wood to keep him so warm.
Wow, so Joseph really did do nothing here. He couldn't even fetch wood for his wife. He needed a talking bull to do it. If they actually let people know that they discovered talking animals, they'd probably be rich enough to stay somewhere other than a manger. After hearing from the manger babies, every vegetarian suddenly feels okay with eating animals.
I am the donkey.
Oh, fuck no, they're starting over. Miss Velma, please say something.
In the stable dark was glad to tell of the gift he gave Emmanuel.
It wouldn't be Christmas without creepy Uncle Bill giving the kids copies of Emmanuel. Miss Velma then realizes not all of the animals have told their stories. So not only do all the animals start talking at once, but it's like if you combine the chipmunks with an electronic battleship that's been possessed by Pazuzu. So in comparison, Balloon Land does indeed look fun and normal. Case in point, this entire stage show is being performed in front of an empty audience. There was not a single person in attendance for fear Miss Velma was gonna go scanners on their ass. Too bad they missed out on the Miss Velma trio representing the great state of Alaska. Cause that's how we make this crazier. Bring the Palins into it.
Snowflakes keep falling on my head, and just like the guy's feet are too big for his bed.
Spoiler, this is why Butch and Sundance wanted to go out guns a-blazing. Do you need to hear more?
It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me.
The words don't need to rhyme. So long as BJ Thomas is crying himself to sleep, that's the real point of the song. Look at this. If only Waco lasted a little longer, they would have put on a hell of a Christmas pageant, maybe with better instruments. What the hell is that sound? It's like they're not even playing an actual instrument, but instead are just pulling a bunch of mouse tails. And why the hell do you need an intermission for a show with no audience?
Stay tuned for the second half, featuring more of Miss Velma's beautiful staging and magnificent costumes.
Not gonna lie, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
You will see her very beautiful Indian scene and costumes, featuring Miss Velma shooting a real gun on the stage.
The fuck? So that's why there's no audience? She shot all of them before Sid Vicious got the chance to? Now we cut to Cher winning her Oscar for Moonstruck. Now it all makes sense. Oh, never mind. It's Brando winning his Oscar. Do I even want to know?
Christmas in America would not be complete without the great American Indian tribes and the Indian people paying their respect to the birthday of Jesus.
Yes, and what kind of respect does that look like? Good old-fashioned stereotyping, of course. When Bing Crosby said that he was dreaming of a white Christmas, I don't think he meant this white of a Christmas. And they really mean it when they said this is Christmas in America.
Watch Miss Velma, who is a crack shot, typify this with a pistol using live ammunition. After this, she will play the hand organ.
Because when firing live rounds on stage during your Christmas special, sometimes you just gotta play the hand organ. Okay, Miss Velma, what's your shooting arm like? I'm glad they established this is live ammunition. It's not like I can even tell she hit anything, but at least they warned me about the hand organ. That's not a hand organ. She just figured out a way for her electronic football game to make music. And what does indoor Christmas shooting make Miss Velma feel like doing? Careful, you're gonna cause it to start raining, and then you'll get electrocuted. Ladies and gentlemen, Dame Helen Mirren in her riskiest role yet, as she shape-shifts right into Tammy Faye Baker.
This is Christmas in America.
Yeah, I got the point with the indoor shooting. And since we haven't pissed off all cultures yet,
Here are the Miss Velma Youth Singers, representing the state of Hawaii.
this is gonna be a bunch of homeless people you found on the street, isn't it? Wow, this is the worst thing to happen to Hawaii since Cameron Crowe's Aloha. Also, youth singers my ass. If these are youth singers, then the football players in Debbie Does Dallas are high school students. Confusing these with youth singers, it's like confusing the Brat Pack with the Rat Pack, and then confusing the Rat Pack with Miss Velma's youth singers, no matter how youthful their voice is. This special is questionable, but the alcohol potency in their eggnog sure isn't. Nothing sadder than middle-aged men tossing their lays onto a bunch of empty seats. But Angel Miss Velma comes close.
For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son.
For God so loved the world, he swung Miss Velma right out the window. Oh great, now I have to pay attention to a text crawl. I'm watching Miss Velma's most incredibly magnificent Christmas week. I shouldn't have to know how to read. It's telling us that we're invited to see Miss Velma's vision of Christmas tree life, which I guess is just a trash bag. But wait, bring the names of your families and loved ones, because I'm sure you want Miss Velma to know the names of all those that you know and love. Honestly, who needs text? This image should just speak for itself. Thanks for telling us all about the music, when I'm pretty sure I can hear the rapture going on outside. It keeps saying that this is morning, even though it looks like the blackest night since 30 days of night. Thank God Miss Velma's voice makes everything sunny and cheerful.
And the graves are open, and many bodies of the saints which slept shall arise.
What channel did this air? And what was it like stumbling upon this?
For he is risen to send a messenger unto you, to bring you the spirit of eternal resurrection you.
And now it's bleeding into Miss Velma's Easter special? You're robbing me of seeing Miss Velma in a pink bunny outfit. And I'm not sure how, but I'm positive she'll incorporate blackface. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't think Miss Velma is a real angel. I could probably understand a real angel better.
And the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful.
Like every Christmas party, politics get brought up, though it's just a bunch of drunken words woven into meaningless sentences. But who am I to question Miss Velma's words? She might shoot me. As if anything else could creep me out in this.
I am the resurrection and the life.
Jesus.
And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die.
Oh, I'm pretty pretty sure I'm looking at death right now, since it's pretty hard to both watch Ms. Velma's Christmas special and survive. And that's while also looking at creepy Saruman Jesus. But just wait till you get to Ms. Velma the Statesman. Yep, that's something that happens. Oh, honey, I don't think that boatmobile is gonna protect shit. Didn't think this through when you climbed into it, huh?
My Golden Eagle minibus was not as quiet as a mouse.
That's because you made a shitload of noise trying to figure out how to get out of the thing. Just what we need to see. Santa Claus driving a bus and sticking his ass in the air. And being a threat to pedestrians.
I am the driver so fast, I almost caused a crash.
Again, spiked eggnog is fully on display here. And what mighty nice high heels you have on, Santa. Since Miss Velma is now a Santa Claus wearing women's clothing statesman, what's her political platform like?
House of Representatives, Supreme Court, and all should honor Christ's birth, or else they will fall.
Because nothing bad ever comes out of ignoring the separation of church and state. Now let's get the schools involved.
Churches and schools, university strong, owe allegiance to Christ, or they have gone wrong.
But without that, then you wouldn't get to be the victims and God's Not Dead too. See? Everyone's a winner! Except for those in this scenario.
I looked for the elders, wondered where they could be. They were beating their wives beneath the big tree.
Boy, so Miss Velma the Statesman has a very hardline position supporting church being integrated into state, but she apparently doesn't give a shit about her elders' domestic abuse problems. Also, she stole Robin Lee's van, probably because that's where all the good pot brownies are. And now, one of the saddest shots in the special. I could watch that all day. It's like she's racing the text crawl, and she's losing. If this van's a rockin', please come a knockin'. Elders are beating their wives. And now, one of the other saddest shots in the special. Much like Saving Christmas, this movie is also a lot of stalling. Ooh, there's them youth singers again, still 45 and standing in the wrong spot. Gentlemen, please, you're making this special embarrassing. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Fleetwood Mac should never do a Christmas special again.
This is Christmas in America.
Unlike all those Christmases for commies.
Alaska, Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado,
No, she isn't.
Connecticut, Delaware, Florida.
Oh my god, she is actually gonna name all 50 states. Is that why this still has 10 minutes left?
Kansas, Kentucky. This is Christmas in America.
Oh good, I guess she forgot the rest. Happens to the best of us.
Louisiana, Maine,
Never mind. She just needed to take a breather by reminding herself what country the states are in.
Wisconsin, Wyoming, and California.
Because there comes a time when you have to say, to hell with being in alphabetical order. Now I know what Sean Hannity beats off to every Christmas Eve. It's for those fine Americans who want their Christmas gifts wrapped up in a big old box of Reagan. The special goes out just like it arrives, abruptly and with people singing over Miss Velma to where you can't even hear her. God bless this VCR which quit recording the thing. Well, I found my new Christmas tradition, scaring myself to death with random videos I find in my collection. Can't argue with a lot of the title. In its own way, it is incredible, it is magnificent, and it is Christmas, but I'll be damned if it's taking place over the course of a week. Miss Velma's most incredibly magnificent Christmas week is what it's known as when it's part of the double feature, which includes both this and Rockets Your Decision as its A feature. Yeah, that's right. Miss Velma plays second banana to Rockets Your Decision. Because when you feel like smashing your albums because your ignorance makes you misunderstand song lyrics, you just gotta follow that up with Flying Angels and middle-aged youths in Sardou's Christmas Pit of Hell. Miss Velma sadly passed away in 2004 at the age of 84, and it's suggested that this Christmas special was probably made during the bicentennial year of 1976, given how it has more shout-outs to America than to Christmas. But Ms. Velma's career in public access television spanned many years, which means it is our duty as patriotic Americans to unearth every single one of these specials. Once again, we're going back to the West. But given that this is Musical March in September, I have a feeling this Western won't be as graphic as Cutthroat's 9. Thanks to that movie, I still can't chop off my own foot without reacting in pain. Little Rita of the West is a 1967 Italian Western musical, or as the movie is sometimes called, Crazy Westerners. Or at least as crazy as you can be without Wu showing up to call someone a cocksucker. Another title for the movie is Little Rita Nell West, seen here riding a toy horse that's unsure if it's Rita or Marty McFly. Better than the other images where she's rather impartial about getting hung, or this shot of the most beautiful picture of Tobey Maguire that I've ever seen. Little Rita of the West stars Italian music sensation Rita Pavone, whose music can be heard from 1965's Love Italian Style to this year's The Man from U.N.C.L.E. In the 1960s, she also starred in a handful of films as Rita, who would typically be portrayed as a singing cowboy or what the fuck? Why the hell am I not talking about whatever the fuck this is? Anyway, enough of the Nazis. Little Rita of the West features our hero, Rita, battling the likes of gunslingers in pursuit of stolen gold. This Western musical is gonna have more gold fever than Clint Eastwood and Paint Your Wagon. You can tell this is a Western from the first frame. Why do Westerns always have more landscaping than Lawn and Landscape magazine? And there's our hero, Sheriff Elijah Wood.
How?
Animated opening credits. This movie is getting a little mannequin-y on me. And while the dialogue is dubbed in English, the songs, however, are in their native Italian. I heard the word Rita in there somewhere. I'm gonna guess the rest of the movie is about finding the Pink Panther. This is what happens when you put girls in westerns. The gun shoots flowers. Kirk Morris is also in the film as something, possibly Ringo Starr. Make up for his huge lack of singing in Blind Man. And leave it to animation to finally show Oliver Hardy eating Stan Laurel. Good God, these guys are worse shots than Yosemite Sam. And I'm not an expert on poker, but I'm pretty sure that turning into a card is cheating. If this turns into Custer's Revenge, I'm gonna get really offended about it, but then be too scared to admit that I played it. Little Rita of the West comes to us from director Ferdinando Baldi, the director of... well, what do you know? I didn't expect that to have a callback. People in the live-action world are much better shots than in the cartoon.
Here, let me help you get down. Little frontier humor.
People of the Old West were hilarious. Rita is counting on this guy being a bad shot when he shoots at something more than 3 feet away. Then again, flesh-colored bodysuits are instant bullet repellents. Fortunately for her, she doesn't have to shoot them. They're more fragile than plywood. These men have stolen some gold, and Rita is gonna steal it right back with the help of her new sidekick, a German man named Francis.
Hunger. God makes me German, Shotzi. Would I give anything right now for a plate of sauerkraut and bratwurst?
Cut that out. You're about as German as a man named Lucio who was born in a place called Bologna. You know, you. Little Rita is called the most famous gunslinger in the West, according to the Old West version of The Onion. But maybe she's the only one with a fantastic singing voice. That's why she's the most famous gunfighter. She confuses her enemies by hissing at them. Too bad they forgot to dub the piano. To be fair, pianos weren't actually tuned in the Old West. You just had to randomly push keys and hope that the background music would soon show up. I may have been shot, but this music is filling up the hole in my chest and the hole in my heart.
Listen, it's a great way to die.
A man just died. Maybe sing Amazing Grace now? Now she's bringing the gold to a tribe of native Italian Indians.
Greetings to you, great silly bull.
Oh, my mistake. I didn't realize it was world-famous Native American Silly Bull. Truly the silliest bull since Dennis Rodman. Rita is helping the tribe destroy all of the white man's evil gold. But then what kind of coins am I supposed to use to win at the casino? Can't destroy the gold without a dance number first. This is impressive, but how is this supposed to sweep away all of the dirt? Old Chief Wooden Crow looks very displeased. I can't understand her now, so I'm guessing a musical number is about to happen. I'm watching this in America. Speak dubbed. No, not dubbed. Speak subtitled. She's giving a shout out to both kinds of Native Americans, the Burt Lancasters of Apache and the William Shatners of White Comanche. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is a wildly inaccurate depiction of the Battle of Little Bighorn. Not to mention that I don't think settling the Chief Illiniwek controversy of the University of Illinois was adding more Chief Illiniwek. And then they took the gold to Jesus' empty tomb. Okay, Chief, what's with all the skulls? It's feeling a little jungle holocausty in here, and your chair has more skulls than Ed Gein's. But the Chief has better opium. There's still more gold that Rita needs to steal, despite the many dangers.
I am telling you, you are taking a risk far too big. And this bugs me.
And you keep calling me silly bull. That's very offensive. So their plan is to just simply make Rita invincible. Huzzah! I guess that took care of that. Rita is on her way to fetch more gold from a bounty hunter named Ringo. But first, we gotta welcome the great Leslie to Baracho. And if you want to feel like a Sergio Leone movie, just show a guy playing Ennio Morricone-style music right on the screen. Or fuck that, just have Ringo be the man with no name. Maybe the sheriff could put a stop to this.
You get the feeling that nobody respects you. I should have been a hairdresser like Mama said, because every time some gunslinger begins to laugh, I get so angry I just want to spit, and that's bad for my nerves.
That is when the sheriff puts an end to his poorly placed stand-up routine. And this isn't at all what Ringo looked like in the opening credits. The opening confused him with Lee Van Cleef. Well, at least one Eastwood-style gunfight will probably happen.
Man, fellas. I'll tell you what, go ahead and drink it to straws.
It's also a gay Western bar. Or to put it simpler, a Western bar. I understand the sheriff leaving, but I don't know why the cameraman is hiding under the table. Bullshit! Where's little Rita doing a rain dance about gold showers? Ah, there she is. Wait, why is it okay if her gun is gold, but every other piece of gold signifies white man's greed? I can stand frontier murder sprees, but I cannot stand hypocrisy. I don't know who to root for in this scene. Well, I now know who to root for. Physics! Well, now hang on. If it happens at least twice in a movie, that means it can happen in real life. It's the shooting of the gas tank theory. That, on the other hand, I saw that on Mythbusters. You could totally do that. Ringo previously stole all the gold Rita was bringing to Silly Bull, and, I guess that's all the gold that was in those chests? Now the most unrealistic thing happens. Rita beats the shit out of the man with no name. But I guess that's what happens when you give the man with no name a name. He'll get taken down by a 5'2" androgynous gunfighter. But you can't just shoot a Ringo with no name. You need to make use out of the holy hand grenades of Antioch? Why the fuck does she have these? And why are they also allowed to be gold? Okay, well, if you got a bad throwing arm, just shoot it out of your gun and set it for 70 yards. That's how we won World War II. Take that, little Hitler. The man with no name is now the body parts with no name. Now, this is highly insensitive. Maybe clean the guts off of your sheriff's station and then start singing? Are they saying Yeti, 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 Yeti? There better not be any goddamn Yetis in this movie. This musical is more dangerous than Satan's Alley. That rooftop does not look safe to be dancing on. Once that's done, time to go insult the chief by calling him silly again.
How, Chief Silly Bull?
Oh, how did it go?
Damn, the internet's right. The new Adam Sandler movie is really offensive. Now that has been taken out, the next in line is Django. And when I say Django,
Unfortunately, Django is usually out of touch.
I mean that Django is actually in this movie. But which Django are we getting? The Franco Nero Django, Slave Django, or one of the 500 other Djangos? Ah yes, original Coffin Dragon Django. This is the biggest mashup of spaghetti westerns since the title Coffin Full of Dollars. I still don't know the point of her sidekick.
Talk like a slap together.
Okay, settle down, German Italian Paul Schaefer. No need to laugh at all the jokes. This is weirdly the plot to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Instead of gold instruments being stolen by rock stars, it's gold stolen by Western stars. Only in that movie, I'm not sure if any characters tried footsying each other to death. I, too, would still be called little if I wore high heels.
Don't move your thing.
We were sure right when they said you're the biggest little pain in the West.
Careful, dude. She could shoot more grenades than a round of GoldenEye. And just like Django to leave his machine gun behind. As we all know, machine guns and gold are so light that you can easily drag them behind in your coffin. Just show the machine gun and play the music. When is Django actually gonna shoot something? What is with all the crosses? Why is Django being portrayed as being very afraid of vampires? Rita once again uses her power of just standing there. I still don't know how this flesh-colored t-shirt is helping, except that it stops bullet holes from appearing in her front shirt. What is that bulletproof shirt made of, anyway?
Turn around. This ain't no dirty movie.
I still don't know if I'm supposed to find her sexy or not. How old is she supposed to be, anyway? I feel like I could end up on a list if I call her sexy. Good thing she shoots him before he gets a chance to masturbate. Since the man with no name got blown up, at least Django gets to monologue.
Little Ritter, let me die. American style.
American style? What's that mean?
It apparently means that you're gonna die in Italy and dubbed by another actor.
Okay, I don't have time now.
You do it, Jackson.
Okay, now it's starting to sound a little more American. What other Western characters are they gonna be? Who is this guy supposed to be? Terrence Hill as Trinity? Wait a minute, that is Terrence Hill. Here he's playing a character called Black Star or Black Stan, depending on which version you watch. But in either case, he's definitely black. You know how I know that's Terrence Hill?
He's beautiful! He's beautiful! Come on, one good
Because we all want to fuck him. While little Rita was assuring us she is a woman, they get captured by every nameless Mexican bandit from every Western ever. Could her bulletproof t-shirt withstand this?
Be my dinosaur! What in the world's going on?
Isn't it obvious? Boom! You've just been banditoed! While Rita escapes with the help of Black Stan, Francis, on the other hand, escapes by dressing up as Corbano from Sunset Riders. You know what? It's been established they have grenades. Why don't they fucking use them? Jesus Christ! I'm pretty sure Rita's body count is now higher than the man with no names. I suppose since Black Stan is a hero in the movie, he must meet the chief.
Any friend of Rita's is a friend of Silly Bull. You will be our guest. Thanks a lot, great Silly Bull.
He wants desperately hard to laugh at that name, but he also doesn't want his skull to be turned into a chair. Uh-oh, I feel another song coming on. What the hell? The movie's not even over with, and we're already doing the best of Little Rita? Not long after, though, we get another song, and I think I might know the lyrics to this one.
On the
rest of them are sleepwalking. Just because they're now sleepwalking zombies doesn't mean Francis can't try to get laid. But can we not show the horses fucking? Rita dreams of marrying Black Stan, but she's wearing pink and not white, so I guess she once fucked an Easter egg. Her dream is shattered though when Black Stan is caught trying to steal the gold from the cave. This is one way to piss off a silly bull.
Calm down, little Rita. The black people pay for what you've done.
Ew, what? I would think that a man called Silly Bull would know the importance of not calling someone a racist name. But instead of just scalping him then and there, they give him a trial first. Just like in the Old West. We used our legal system to determine whether or not the Italian Indians could scalp someone.
Sure, it's true the defendant over there trying to scratch up a little doll. But he... who hasn't found himself in a similar situation at one time?
What the fuck? I signed up for a singing western with gunslinging and grenades, and now I have to sit through fucking Matlock? Black Stan decides to plead guilty, so I guess he's no longer the sponsor of Subway. He's turned over to Silly Bull, who is busy deciding on where the skull is gonna go, on the love seat or on the footstool. This is now less like Custer's Revenge and more like that general retreat game. Thankfully, they're giving him a choice on how he wants to die.
We have a vase full of red ants. You will be buried up to your neck. The vase will then be placed over your head. Those ants make big holes.
Gross! And we all know this is how he's gonna go out. And then they'll sing about it. Or better than ants, maybe he'll choose to be annoyed to death. This is starting to go from a harmless silly bull to just plain old silly bullshit. Rita steps in to save his life, but oh no, the wrong lives have been saved. The banditos have been glued back together. And Black Stan is okay too, I guess. This seems to make the sheriff happy.
Hello, Blackie. Who saved you, Blackie? What's with the funeral face, that Blackie?
Yo! Calling him Stan works. Or is he supposed to be an albino? You know, like the Black Rage kind of albino? And what the hell is with the banditos returning?
What's going on? It's only Sancho. Happens at the end of every month he cleans out the bank. I just let you know he's leaving.
You're a terrible sheriff! Perhaps that's why Black Stan has to step in to save the day. They survived an explosion earlier. I'm sure they'll be fine. Black Stan, however, is determined to be sentenced again since his sentence was death and it's been unfulfilled. He's so pro the death penalty that he protests his own stay of execution. Justice Abraham Lincoln is okay with still executing Black Stan, so I guess that makes this a suicidal Trinity movie. That works out. A French release of the movie actually does edit the music out and market it as a Trinity movie. How does that work out, given that he doesn't arrive in the movie until about halfway through? But since he's in love with Little Rita, Pixie Warrior of the West, she saves him again when she says that she loves him back. It doesn't actually show him kissing her, though, since she might be 12. Meanwhile, Silly Bull is causing it to rain with a 9-iron. That is silly. You need a putter for that. Now that Rita has captured all the world's gold, they can now destroy it. And thus, Glenn Beck had no more gold to sell. This is cause for celebration. God damn. I sort of understand them going back to this song now. It is the catchiest tune in the movie. Well, man, there's gonna be a lot more blowing up caves tonight. Rita, on the other hand, must ride off into the night for, reasons.
One night you will see a red star shine like a great diamond. That night you will go far away, farther than where you came.
That's right. Follow the star, and there you will meet the baby Jesus. How are they gonna tell Black Stan that the only thing keeping him from wanting execution is gone? Hurry, go find her, Black Stan. That way you can hold hands, also off camera.
When they found her, night after night, day after day. Because a movie is supposed to have a happy ending. The rest of it loses. We lose already put it. No one ever see it.
Okay, settle down, Lady of the Water. Does he find her or not? I guess he does. He also turns into a cartoon and rides towards the stars. I guess I'm fine with that ending. If you really want to know if Rita ended up with Terrence Hill, I don't know. They're both in Rita the Field Marshal. But I'm not sure if Terrence Hill returned for Rita, Harem Keeper of the Oil Sheets. Little Rita of the West is a cult classic western that is still watched to this day, where reviewers come together and ask, is Rita a woman or not? Well, I'm pretty sure that Rita is indeed a woman with a beautiful singing voice. I think we can all agree that Silly Bowl is probably only about 3/15 Angus cattle. Oh, thank God. I made it through this whole thing without a Lone Ranger reference. Ooh.
To kill or not to kill. How about that?
Alright, it's gonna be something to watch on TV.
I need one point from that screen you guys see. When you have Russell Lester picked up for questioning.
Cop show. I guess I can get into this for a bit.
They run. And a pool. And coming in the heat soon. Oh, wow.
What the fuck? So I guess this is the thing now, talking about cop dog stuff. Okay, well I guess I could get in on that action. Magic clip machine, show me something that you always conveniently have queued up whenever I look over to randomly cut to a clip.
Chuck Norris is Lieutenant Jake Wilder. When it comes to fighting crime, he's not clowning around.
Under arrest. Also. I mean, this won't be so bad. Chuck Norris is like the biscuits and gravy of action heroes. It's not good for you, but sometimes you need it. Yeah, I guess I'll settle for this one.
Coming soon to theaters everywhere, police work is going. Word to the dogs. Top Dog.
No doubt about it. You boys are made for each other.
What the shit? Top Dog was a little late in the action when it comes down to the cop-dog buddy partner genre, with the two most notable ones being K-9 and Turner and Hooch, both released in 1989. Top Dog came out in 1995, which I suppose isn't quite as big of a gap between the switcheroo movies of the 80s and this shit. Even the poster incorporates a similar tagline to the other movies. One's tough, one's smart. Which one's the dumb one? Is it the same answer as K-9's tagline? Meet the two toughest cops in town. One's just a little smarter than the other. Spoiler alert, Top Dog is neither tough nor smart. While Top Dog may not be made for the slightly highbrow movie aficionado like myself, I should take into consideration that this is a family picture, so I need to judge it as such.
Remember the other day when we arrested those bozos for beating up the rabbi in the park?
Yeah, heard about it. They have some kind of connection.
What the fuck? We're 5 seconds into this and already a hate crime has been committed, and it isn't simply showing this movie to an audience? I thought this movie was The Odd Couple with a dog. What's this domestic terrorism shit?
They look like killers, but I mean, bombs? I don't think so. Not smart enough.
Yes, because domestic terrorist bombers never look like inbreds who spend a majority of their time out in the woods. What's next? A building exploding while a rockin' soundtrack plays? Okay, aside from the fact that it looks like a lot of people died in the opening seconds of this film, it could be more. See, it's not like this movie was released shortly after the Oklahoma City bombing or something. This movie was released only 9 days after the Oklahoma City bombing, which is why when you Google Top Dog in Oklahoma City, a lot of things will pop up, because every 1995 review for this family-friendly cop and dog movie mentioned 2 things. 1, that the movie sucks, and 2, an actual terrorist attack that happened a little more than a week prior. And the movie's plot has to do with domestic terrorists wanting to blow up buildings. Naturally, the movie didn't do very good at the box office. On a mere $6 million budget, the movie only brought in $5 million. And who's to say the ill timing had anything to do with that? As the terrorist plotline of the movie was kept out of all the advertising, it could be that the movie flopped because it's really, really fucking bad. Of course, there'll always be a debate on whether or not a movie should be pushed back in this instance, and it always goes the same way. If I want to see the movie, it should not be pushed back. And if I don't want to see it, then it should be pushed back out of respect. Top Dog, on the other hand, probably shouldn't have been released at all. Directed by Chuck's brother Aaron Norris, and written by, Ron Swanson. I guess he's better at being the director of a fictional Parks and Rec department than he is at writing screenplays. Hopefully they have something wacky to cut to after this trigger warning. Oh man, he's a cop and a dog? Well, that means he definitely loves donuts. The only way I would recommend this is if the dog talked. Too bad he doesn't.
Can Reno and a jelly roll
Other than I think he just said, "Hole." While I expect Chuck Norris to be sleepwalking through this, I'm kinda surprised the dog is. Reno the dog is partners with Officer Swanson, the real original Ron. Reno is close with Swanson's grandson Matthew, seen here doing a sick bike move called the mid-90s teenager in a movie. Shit, I'm watching Top Dog. That means I can't read. What does this say?
San Diego hosts racial unity rally.
Thanks for spelling that out for me, movie. There goes an ambulance because the kid was hit by a bus. Now I see that Aaron Norris is given a story credit, which probably amounts to I would put my brother in a movie with a dog. Not even the glorified extras seem to care about this thing.
Rescue 4, Pat 5. Report of a child still inside an end apartment.
There's a kid in there or something. Whatever. I'm making the least out of my 30 seconds of screen time. And here comes Reno carrying a baby in a blanket. Nah, Tequila Benetti did it. Oh, you don't know how right you are. For you see, there's a near identical scene in the Tequila Benetti episode Wonder Dog, in which, I'm sure we'll find out about that later. Hopefully Reno was treated like a hero for this.
Still disobeyed the direct order. I'm putting you on official report. I don't care if you get a medal. There'll be no jelly rolls for 3 days. Get it?
You didn't let that kid burn to death. No treats for you, bad dog. Either they lied about Chuck Norris being in this, or Chuck was looking a little old before his plastic surgery. Now the dog's not just sleepwalking, he's fucking sleep nothing. I don't know what they're searching for, but they found the old man's leg lamp. While the dog doesn't talk, necessarily, it is pretty obvious that it's a human doing the dog's noises, which sound kinda like what his human partner probably sounds like when masturbating. They hit the jackpot.
God, so much stuff here to blow up half the country.
at least this boat. Alright, Reno, you do deserve a treat. Let's cut you off a piece. Oh, too late.
How?
I don't care.
With a short running time like that, how the hell did this movie bomb? They could have showed 20 screenings of this per day.
And this really was Chuck's best performance. Yeah, there's one. Let's throw out those Reno stuffed animal toys off the boat. No one's gonna buy this shit. Chuck Norris is Detective Bachelor Wilder. He lives in a bachelor lone wolf cop house. Oh, not like Lone Wolf McCade. This is the Bachelor Lone Wolf that has bachelor pizza, bachelor beer, and bachelor trash. I think he's single. Fuck. It's Eric. I'd rather do a missing in action 4 than do a movie with the damn dog. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I'm killing time between seasons of Walker, Texas Ranger. And if you think Lone Wolf Loose Cannon Wilder is gonna remain partnerless for long, well...
Wilder 4 suspensions for insubordination. Reno 4 suspensions for disobeying direct orders.
Does that mean there was a situation in which the dog had to turn in his badge and gun? That sounds like a better movie. As everyone knows, Detective Wilder works alone.
You know I always work alone.
And he doesn't like anyone.
Don't take it personal, Detective Boyette. Wilder doesn't like anyone.
Yeah. How am I correctly predicting everything that's gonna happen? Quick, show me one of the least dignified scenes of Chuck's career.
Yeah, think you reach out to the dog pound?
Hurry yourself, Mutt. You don't scare me.
Shut up! Sit.
Good Jake.
Is there a way for me to rub this movie's nose in this shit stain of a script? A lot of this is from the dog's point of view, and it looks like someone smuggled in a hidden camera in case no one was gonna believe this is a real movie. We get to see Reno in action at K9 headquarters, where they teach dogs respect by putting the decapitated head of bad dogs on a stump. Reno is so tough that they can't even show him doing anything. Suddenly he has the dope, and the guy's suit is all tore up. I totally believe something happened here. I think it's a little harsh for the co-stars to be insulting Chuck Norris right to his face.
Did you ever hear the saying you can't teach an old dog any tricks?
Yeah, why?
It doesn't just apply to old dogs.
Yeah, great. He's got a career of internet memes ahead of him. And here's a question rarely asked in this kind of movie. Meanwhile, what are the racists doing?
You know what I like about wetbacks, Charlie?
No, Grandpa, I don't.
They're just one book.
Why do you have a machine gun? Not like these two were geniuses anyway. Instead of risking a car inspection, they just drive off and shoot at the cops. Certainly no suspicion there. And they're driving an explosive bad guy movie car. You know what I love about stupid movie terrorists? It only takes one bullet to blow up their car. Damn, this place is so dirty. I bet the dog is gonna wanna... Oh shit, he is! He's totally sleeping in the car! The dog's gotta act for two. Lord knows Chuck isn't giving him much to work with.
I think I know what you're trying to tell me.
Is it why the dog looks so good after being shot and thrown in the harbor? Because I kind of want to know that. This is enough zany cop-dog hilarity for one scene. Clearly, this movie needs to get back to the racism. Racist, yes, but at least they're not breaking the rule about talking about Fight Club. Dude, what the fuck? You know this video's gonna be on TMZ in minutes. Is this a cop-dog comedy or Mississippi Burning? I'm having trouble determining which one. The worst part is, this is just simply a pitch meeting for an Aspen timeshare. Stupid domestic terrorists. Their grandmothers accidentally left the swastika on the ironing board and stretched the sucker out too much. That's a whole lot of white power wacky. I can't imagine what Chuck and Reno were gonna do to stop this.
me, Dad. Keep this filthy scarf out of my kitchen.
Great. Now our hero is racist against scarves. Yeah, Chuck, it's Aaron again. I'm just here distracting you so that the dog can immediately go after your chicken instead of the slop you put down in the bowl. It'll be hilarious. Boy, Chuck is gonna be mad.
You ate my chicken, you mangy mutt.
Said with the enthusiasm of someone faking disappointment that their girlfriend's favorite TV show is a rerun. Good, just what this movie needed. The kid to return.
How'd you know I was working on his case?
I have contacts downtown. Captain Callahan's a good friend of mine.
And the captain told you specifics about the case? He's a lousy captain. This kid is taking up quality Chuck and Reno time.
Now you're in my chair. You've got an attitude problem.
You've got a range problem. Even the prospect of the dog shitting on the carpet doesn't really change Chuck's personality.
What?
He has to go to the bathroom.
Boy.
As long as he doesn't shit in one of the pizza boxes, whatever. There might be a slice in there or something. Hell, he can't even raise his voice when armed clowns show up to shoot up his house.
In the house.
I think the only reason they're dressed as clowns is just to give them wacky reactions during the scene. And that's the end of that scene. Oh, come on! As if the humor wasn't any more random, suddenly it appears as if someone comes into the room to perform their Saturday Night Live audition.
I really have a good feeling about this case. Maybe you could let me go undercover and I could shave my head and really infiltrate the organization. I could fit in. What do you think?
It's the worst idea for a Molly Shannon sketch ever. In fact, any idea is the worst idea for a Molly Shannon sketch ever. That includes sketches involving cardboard cars blowing up.
Done well.
Oh, thank you. And that's all we need to know about that scene, I guess. We got more important scenes, like Chuck and his mom. I'll bet this is heartfelt.
Is something bothering you?
Of course something's bothering me. In this movie, you're not even convincing it holding a banana.
Thanks for watching.